Hi folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Come here, blog post we want to share with you. Of course, review the latest in social media and technology. Be sure to give us a like and follow us on YouTube so you can get all the latest and greatest that we put out. Recently, this last weekend, I got a chance to hang out with my buddy Robert Scoble, and thanks to him and Rackspace, he gave me a chance to spend a little bit of time with his Google Glass. Now, keep in mind, probably full disclosure here, I got to spend about, 5 minutes with it. I'll give you my evaluation on it. I'm usually pretty good at assessing tech gadgets, given it's kind of half my job on the internet. And I can do it very fast. So, and it's not that most complex of a device, I should probably point out too. So, I tested it out and got a chance to play with it. I actually got to hang out with him for a bit. So, we talked about Google Glass, how it operates and everything. Now, for the most part, it integrates off your phone. And so everything works through your phone through Bluetooth and integrates to the phone and everything else. Now, I was super impressed. I think it's awesome. I think it's an incredible product. I think the design of it's awesome. I think the way it operates is awesome. The potential it has is freaking awesome. The big question I have is how much I'd wear it, because I don't like wearing glasses. I did grow up with bad eyesight, had glasses in school, and I have contacts as a matter of purpose. I don't really like things on my face. About the only time I wear things on my face is when I go out, and usually I wear sunshades for, the fact of the matter of keeping myself from being blinded by the sun. So I'm not a big glass wearer. I could see myself using these in the case of maybe I was going someplace and wanted to travel with them, be on the road and not have to be looking at my phone, or if I'm just, moving through crowds in public, at events, things of that nature, I don't have to constantly be pulling out my phone and look at them. It's very cool. You can pull up, as you can see here. You do see these little screens. They're very easy to see, and it's really neat. It sits above your eye, like they say, and it's easy to activate. It's easy to talk to it. It's probably one of the most easiest things I've had to talk to. The Google Now program is pretty easy to talk to. Siri doesn't seem to understand what the hell I have to say. But the Google Glass seems to really understand. You can tell it to take a picture. You can tell it to take a video. It's pretty good. And, it's 5 megapixel camera, and it's a 720p video. So it's definitely not the latest stuff that's on the marketplace. But part of this is getting this technology into a small amount of size of compartment on the Google Glass. So that's part of it. Cost-wise might be another factor for it. But usually the larger and more recent the technology, or I should say the more recent the technology, the larger it is. And it just takes a while for it to come down and make it scalable to size that it could fit in the Google Glass. You're not dealing with a lot of real estate here in the size of the Google Glass. Weight-wise, you do notice that it sits heavily on the right side of your head. They currently do not make left-handed Google Glasses. So one friend that I talked to who has Google Glass, he says for the first 1 or 2 days you end up a little sore as you build up your skin to having the bone-conducive end rub up against it, and your face kind of starts to realize that there's more weight on one side of your face than the other. So there's that. But, is that a thing you can't live with? Not a big deal. After a couple days, you build up a callus, and away you go. Scoble loves it. A lot of people I talk to really love it. I got to tell you, there's a lot of people who've really shit-canned on the Google Glass and said no one would want it and who would care and blah, 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 blah. That's not really true. Wandering around with Robert and other people that have had Google Glass, I've just seen them inundated by people that are just enthralled with it, that want to try it on, that love it. Any media who writes that no one wants Google Glass really needs to follow people that have it around, because people are really interested in it. When they see what it does, it's really cool. It really is amazing. It's cool to be able to look into the screen and watch a video or review your pictures or read the news and everything else. One of the challenges, though, I'm a big screen person. It's why I have bigger phablets. It's like I like bigger phones. Maybe it's because I'm getting old and I'm just tired of peering in into a teeny little screen. That's why I don't use the iPhone anymore. I want to peer into something big that I can actually see stuff. I don't want to have to like squint my eyes to see stuff. And while the Google Glass is really cool, it is a small screen. And I don't know that if I have my choice between lifting up my phone or holding something else, that I want to be doing it. Now, it can be used to capture a lot of incredible moments. I saw Robert Scoble recently use it when he went down a water rafting trip at one of the theme parks here, Knott's Berry Theme Park here in California. It was done with something you probably couldn't do with anything else other than maybe a GoPro strapped to you. And a GoPro is if you strap one to you, is pretty, it's heavy duty to be carrying around. It's a little bulky. Where the Google Glass, you can easily just put on your head, and it's waterproof, and you can see it. So all in all, I think it's an awesome product. Whether or not it's worth the price is another matter I'll get into here at the end. But overall, I think it's awesome. Now, one thing I did notice, I do have keratoconus in my left eye. I did notice when I was looking through Google Glass, I was closing my left eye. I'm not sure it's something that I would use when I'm driving. I do have the male problem where if you put a TV in front of me, everything disappears. In fact, ex-girlfriends I've had have learned that if I'm watching TV, you don't want to talk to me because I won't hear a thing that you say, and I probably won't know you exist. It's that bad. I can't have a DVD player in my car because I will crash and die. You give me a screen and I will look at it, and I'm enthralled by it, especially if it's the bigger it is. Google Glass might not be the best sort of thing for someone like me. It would take definitely some really good practice to be able to walk down the street and also take and drive a vehicle if I was operating them. So I think it's an awesome product. I think it's a great product. I think it's revolutionary. I think it's got awesome potential for what it can take and bring to us. Are there privacy concerns? Yeah, but I mean, the NSA is spying on everything we do. You can't walk more than 5 feet without being picked up by a camera in America. We're being recorded at all sorts of different levels. And as long as, there's privacy concerns are fairly taken care of forward. I don't think anything could be as worse as some of the NSA stuff that's now slowly being revealed. I think if anyone needs to get angry, it's more about that stuff. So moving on, I really like it. I think it's awesome, has great potential, has a great screen. Now let's talk about price. Obviously, the units that are being tested out there in the field now are developer units. They're beta testing, and people are paying $1,600 with taxes in some cases, to do that, depending on, I guess, what state you buy them in. That's pretty darn steep. I would not pay $1,600 for Google Glasses, and I have not bought Google Glasses, and I've talked to a few friends who've made the same choice, Chris Brillo being one of them, who've just said, it's just too darn expensive for what you're getting. And I think Robert Scoble's right. If it's priced around $300 to $500, I think it's a great consumer product. At $300, I think it will be a huge success. At $500, it may take a while for everybody to get into it, just like expensive smartphones. It took several years, not a lot of years, 3 to 5 years for people to really kind of get into smartphones and be able to afford it, really, and justify it. So I do think it's pretty awesome. I mean, technically, it's not a standalone product. You'd have to use it with your smartphone. So, you have to combine the two from that sense. But I definitely think it's an awesome product. If it comes to market, hopefully when it comes to market, we'll have better pixel camera and better video quality to it. Probably a lot of improvements. It'll probably have a lot more apps than it currently has, but it seems to have all the key apps. It's very easy to make a Twitter post or a Facebook post. You can just tell it what to do. But if you really want to write a long post, it's definitely not something that I'd want to be writing a long post on. I talked to one person who had Google Glass and was mildly disappointed. They like it. They like the potential of it, but the price exchange for what they got, they thought it was a little too much. So not everyone's wholly excited for Google Glass, but really it's not about the product itself. It's just the price of $1,600. So, other than that, it's an exceptional, great, awesome product. I think it's got incredible potential, and I think it's got a great future. I know that if it's priced next year at $500 to $300, I will definitely buy it. I might even buy it if it's up around $750. I got to tell you, I kind of liked it. Or I did like it, I should say. I just didn't like the price. So, awesome product. 2 thumbs up. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. And I thought it was pretty awesome. Whether or not I'd wear them all the time if I had them, that's the other thing. I'd have to justify how much I'm going to wear these as to what the price point is on them. Because technically, for anything above $500, I just can reach my pocket and look at my phone. And then I can see and read everything from that matter. But it is definitely an awesome product. Be sure to check it out. Hopefully it will come to market in 2014 as it seems to be predicting to be done. And look forward to testing it out more then. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to check back in